Yes, don't you?
What?
Nuns. You hate nuns.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Catholicism, then?
I hate stupidity and ignorance.
And the Catholic Church.
I haven't said anything about the Catholic Church.
This is a human being you're dealing with, not an institution.
But the institution has a hell of a lot to do with the human being.
Catholicism is not on trial here. I want you to treat Agnes without any religious prejudice, or I want you to turn this case over.
How dare you? You march into my office and tell me how to run my affairs?
They're my affairs, too.
And how dare you think I'm in a position to be badgered or
I'm just asking that you treat her fairly.
whatever you're trying to do. Who do you think you are? You walk in here expecting applause for the way you treated this child.
She is not a child.
And she has a right to know that there is a world filled with people who don't believe in God and are not any worse off than you. People who go through their entire lives without bending their knees once to anyone. But you and your order and your church have kept her ignorant.
We could hardly do that even if we wanted to.
Because ignorance is next to virginity, right? Poverty, chastity, and ignorance. That's what you live by.
I'm not a virgin, doctor. I was married for 23 years, 2 daughters. I even have grandchildren. Surprised? Well, you'll be happy to know I was a failure as a wife and a mother. They won't see me anymore. That's their revenge. They're devout atheists. I think that they tell their friends that I have passed on. Oh, don't tell me, Dr. Freud, I'm just making up for past mistakes.
You can help her.
I am.
No, you're shielding her. Let her face the big bad world.
Meaning you.
Yes, if that's what you think.
What difference would it make? No matter what you decide, it's either the prison or the nut house. And the differences between them are very thin.
There's another choice.
What?
Acquittal.
How?
Innocence. Legal innocence. I am sure the judge would love for any reason to throw this case out of court.
What do you want?
Answers.
Ask.
When would Agnes have conceived the child?
About a year ago.
And you don't remember anything unusual happening at the convent around that time?
Earthquakes?
Visitors.
She was singing a lot more then. Oh, dear God.
What is it?
The sheets.
What about the sheets?
I should have known, dear God, I should have suspected something.
What do you mean?
Her sheets disappeared. One of the other nuns noticed and let me know. What did you find?
Some facts about her mother.
She wasn't the healthiest of women, was she? I can't speak for her mental health, but
How
physically.
old was Agnes when her mother died?
17.
Why was she sent to you?
Her mother requested she be sent to us.
Why wasn't she sent to next of kin?
She was. Agnes's mother was my younger sister.
You lied to me.
I didn't. I was a good deal older than my sister. She ran away from home at an early age, and we lost track of her. After my husband died and I entered the convent, she started writing to me. She told me about Agnes, and she asked me to keep an eye on her if anything happened.
And Agnes's father?
It could have been one of a dozen men, for what my sister told me. She was worried that Agnes was going to follow in her footsteps, and she did everything she could to prevent it.
By keeping her home from school?
She drank too much. That's what killed her.
Do you know what she did to Agnes?
I don't think I want to know.
She molested her.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Yeah. There's more here than meets the eye, isn't there? Lots of dirty little secrets. You pull back the covers, and what do you find? A niece?
I didn't tell you because I didn't think it was important.
No, It just makes you doubly responsible, doesn't it? Blood runs thicker, right?
Had I known what Agnes was suffering,
Why didn't you? My God, you knew that she was keeping the child home from school. You knew she was an alcoholic.
I knew that after the fact.
Why didn't you do anything to stop her?
Because I didn't know. And that's no answer, is it?
What did you find in the daybook?
Agnes was sick the Sunday before she told me about the sheets. If she burned them, then they became stained the Saturday before. Unfortunately, one of our elder nuns passed away. I have no recollection of any visitors to the convent.
Was extreme unction given that night?
Yes, of course.
Then Father Marshall would have been present.
You can't believe that Father Marshall would have anything to do.
Somebody has to be responsible for that child. If it wasn't Father Marshall, who else could it be? Well, we'll find out soon enough. I've gotten Agnes's permission to hypnotize her.
And my permission?
I don't think you have anything to say in this matter.
I'm her guardian.
She's 21 years old. She doesn't need a guardian.
But she must come to me first and ask permission.
Does this mean you'll deny it?
I haven't decided yet.
This woman's health is at stake.
Her spiritual health.
I don't give a good goddamn what you call her spiritual health.
I know you don't.
Then why did you even call the police in the first place? Why not throw the baby in the incinerator and be done with it?
Because I'm a moral person. That's why.
Bullshit.
Bullshit yourself.
The Catholic Church does not have a corner on morality, Mother.
Who said anything about the Catholic Church?
You just said that you're a moral...
What the hell did the Catholic Church do to you?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
What did we do to hurt you?
Nothing.
Oh, don't deny it. I can smell an ex-Catholic a mile away. So what did we do? Burn a few heretics? Sell a few indulgences? But that was back in the day when the church was a ruling body. We let governments handle that now.
Just because you don't have the power that you want.
I am not interested in the church is a power, doctor. I am interested in it is peace and simplicity. I know that is very hard to find in an institution these days. So tell me, what did we do? You wanted to neck in the back of a car when you were 15 and you couldn't because it was a sin.
It wasn't sex. It was a lot of things, but it wasn't sex. It all started in the first grade when my best friend was run over by a cement truck, and the nun said that she died because she hadn't said her morning prayers.
Stupid woman.
Yeah.
So that's it?
That's it. That's enough. She was a beautiful little girl, and to explain her death away like that.
What does that have to do with anything?
I wasn't. She was the pretty one, and she died. I hadn't said my morning prayers either. Why not me? And I was ugly, not just plain ugly. I had big buck teeth and ears out to here, and I had freckles all over my face. Sister Mary Cletus, she used to call me Polka Dot Livingstone.
So you left the church because you had freckles?
No. Yeah, I left the church because I have freckles. And guess what?
What?
That's also why I hate nuns.
Well, you've won, haven't you?
Not at all, not yet.
You've decided to tear her apart.
I have decided to hypnotize her again.
Hasn't she had enough?
And I have a few questions that I want to ask you that I didn't get a chance to ask before.
I'm all ears.
Because you so cleverly steered away from them.
Oh my God, but you're vindictive.
You're hiding something and I want to know the truth.
Then ask.
Did Agnes ever say anything to you about not feeling well while she was carrying the
Yes.
child? Why didn't you take
She
her to a
wouldn't
doctor?
go.
Wouldn't she?
No, she was afraid.
Of what? That he might find something out? Is that what she told you? Or did you guess that?
If you're going to continue to persecute me, I am not going to stay here for this.
I am not persecuting you. I'm asking you a question.
But I am a nun and you hate nuns.
Did you know she was pregnant?
Yes.
And you didn't send her to a doctor?
It was too late.
What does that mean?
I didn't guess it until
Until when?
it was too late.
For what? An abortion?
Don't be absurd.
Too late for what?
I don't know. Too late to stop it.
The baby?
The scandal. It was too late to stop it. But I had to try. I made her promise not to say anything. I needed time to think.
You didn't get it, did you?
No. That night Agnes was sick, I knew.
Time had run out.
Yes.
So you went to her room to help her with the birth.
She didn't want help.
Oh, but you wanted that baby out of the way as quickly as possible.
That is a lie.
You hid the waste paper basket in the room.
I didn't hide it. I put it there for the blood in the sheets.
And the baby.
No.
You tied the cord around its neck.
I wanted her to have it when no one was around. I would have taken the baby to a hospital and left it with them. But there was so much blood, I panicked.
Before or after you killed that child?
I left it with her. I went for help.
I doubt that's what she'll say.
She's a goddamn liar.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved